Okay, welcome to the final part of the tutorial. Let's just dive in once again. So imagine I want to redo this video in Georgian. The very first thing that I do is I follow this track and it shows me a little window, as you can see, and I'm checking for anything that I might need copying. And soon enough, see, this appears. I am not going to draw this because I'm not that good, and plus it's already there. So I'll just check all the way through and nothing else. So I will go to the moment it appears because nothing is drawn on it. Then I'll turn my snipping tool on. And now I will go full screen. Plus also I need to check that the video is in high quality, of course, and it is. And now, because I don't need this text in the menu to be snipped or recorded, I just let the video go and I wait. And the moment it disappears, see, I copy it, I press print screen, and it does the job. Now, I can erase this after I import the image in Sketchbook, the drawing software, so no worries. I zoom out, I choose the rectangle, and I simply, crop, and that's it, I have the image. Now, I'll save this, and I have a separate folder for screens, and the names are, well, they might seem kind of strange, and these are actually folders, and if I scroll down, there are certain images. So why do I do this? Well, these names are actually YouTube IDs. So let's go to this video. It's already on the next video because it was a short one. So I'll go back. Let me go back. Yeah, sorry for the slow laptop, but what can I do? So, well, this seems kind of strange, but the reason for this link being huge is because I was elsewhere, and I think I was on Khan Academy website, and that's how I got here. So this is why I have the link, I think. So usually the YouTube ID comes after this equals sign, and it's 11 symbols. So the ampersand is already something else. So even if I delete this and press enter, I will still go to the same video because this is enough for YouTube to distinguish between other videos. This is the ID. But oh, I'm still on the different video. I have to go to the first one. Okay. Again, slow laptop. Nope. Okay, I think it doesn't matter that much. So I simply copy this ID. So I've copied it. Then I save it with this name. And if there had been more images from this video, then instead of a single image, I would have made a folder, and I would have named this folder the name, and I would have gone in, and then I would simply name this one and save it like this. So yeah, that's it. So then let's return here. I want to import this image. Let me go full screen again. So I want to import this image. This is how I do it. So you still get to see some of the other functionality that I haven't discussed in the previous video. I press this button, and well, see, I'm in the physics screens right now, but I've actually saved this in the math screens. So I can find it like this, but I can simply press search screens and paste the name here, and it found the folder, and then this image. Now remember, when I went full screen, I copied the image, but it's a bit larger than it needs to be because the video is recorded using the 2080 over 720 dimensions, and I was on full screen, which is it's a larger dimension, right? It has larger dimensions. So I usually resize this to about 90% of its original size. So I'll put it right here. Then I will delete this extra stuff. I don't need this here, so There we go. And it's almost prepared. The only thing left is to scroll a bit to the right, and that's it, right? And here I will begin writing some of the stuff. Now, there was another thing in the video, right? So let's see. So the video had, I need to find this video. Where did it go? Okay, what I did is I paused the recording and I found the video. This is also another good trick. When you're recording, sometimes you need to rest, or maybe you need to remember what you were going to say, so you can simply pause using F9 as the shortcut. And I've paused it, I found it, and now I'm back. Now, as you can see, there's also a problem here, a text. And I need to translate this text, and then I need to put it here. So the way I do it is I press this T, another new function. So I press this T, then I write it. I write the translated problem. So the gibberish for people who don't know Georgian. Then I need to select it first. Then I can use the font, for example. No, not symbol. This is weird. Yeah. Then I can choose the size, can do the color as well. Okay, and okay. But now, where is it? Well, it's in the center of the canvas, so I need to move it up. So this is how I move it up. And so this is my translated version right here. Now, as you can see, this weird stop sign has appeared, and it's because this text still hasn't been, it hasn't become a layer yet. So what I do is I press and hold and then go down. Rasterize text layer. The word rasterize I didn't know existed until a few hours ago. So that's it. Now it's one with the layer. So it's a part of a layer really now. So I can draw on it and do anything I want. And the video is now prepared, so I can start recording. So let me place all of the stuff to their original places. So right now I can start recording. I can press F9 and only the problem will be visible. And then when the time comes, I will simply scroll to the left and this image will be visible as well. Okay, now that everything's set up, I can start watching the video and then start recording. By the way, if you paid attention to the clock right here, it says 5:44 p.m., but it was 2-something a.m. just a minute ago, and that's because I stopped recording and went to sleep. It was late. So what I'm saying is you always have an option to, if you accidentally stop recording a video, for example, you always have the option of simply continuing with a new video and then attaching it to the previous one. It can be seamless. So now all I have left to show you is how I watch the videos, how I remember what to write and record, and a couple of other tips. So what I do is I speed the video up. So instead of normal, I have it on twice the speed because I still understand everything. I don't strain myself. So you also have this option as well. You can win time. And it's not because I'm in a rush or anything. It's just because I perfectly understand everything Sal says, even with twice the speed. It's not that hard. See, just listen.
So we've seen in the last few videos, we start with a logistic differential equation where we have r, which is r.
I'm pretty used to it. So I've watched at least, I don't know, 1,500 videos like this. So until then I was watching with normal speed, and then I realized. So anyway, what I do is if it's if it's easy to remember everything, if the video is about solving an equation simply and it has its own logic flowing, then it's easy to remember, so I just watch it, and then I either take a screenshot of the screen. So what I mean is when the screen is full, when it is when Sal has written down a lot of stuff, before he scrolls down or he erases something, I take a snapshot and I have it as a cheat sheet. So I don't watch it in my laptop. I have an iPad where I have the screenshots, and that's how I have this cheat sheet tactic. Before an iPad, I used my phone. I just simply took pictures, and I always knew what I needed to write. So just imagine when I begin recording a video, instead of a blank screen in front of me, I also have this exact screen on the right in my phone or in my iPad. So I always know where I'm going. But if the video is either large or the content is difficult to remember, sometimes I split the video up. So what I mean is, for example, in this video, in the first 6 minutes, Sal talks about something and then he shows a graph. So maybe if it's difficult to remember all the way, this video all the way, then I watch the first 6 minutes, take a screenshot or snapshot of this screen, then I start recording. And when I finish recording this first 6 minutes, or the content of this first 6 minutes, I pause the recording, and then I continue watching this video. I finish, I take another snapshot if it's necessary. Well, in this case, it kind of isn't, but still I can take a snapshot. And then I record the final part of this video. And sometimes I have even dissected a video in 4 or 5 parts because it was 18 minutes and it covered a lot of stuff. So you can always do that. The only trick is, if you pause, then you need to remember the tone of your voice before pausing. So, for example, if you say, for example, and then you pause, then you have to remember that you said, for example, and not something else, or otherwise it'll sound strange. Like, it might become like, for example, so let's do this example now, or something like that. So you need to remember. You can even write down or simply record your voice separately just to remember the tone with which you spoke. And yeah, and that's it. Then you can just continue recording your video. And the final thing that I can say is just name your videos using the YouTube ID because it's easier. So the way I name them is I simply name them like this. I just use the YouTube ID. And if I have a mistake, for example, the thing is I always keep the people in mind who then later work on my videos and posts who polish it, right? So sometimes I write a commentary, for example, from 105 to 139, you can cut or something like that, which means I made a mistake, so you can simply cut the video from 105 to 139. And it helps the people who are polishing up your videos because they don't need to watch the extra stuff. And finally, when you finish recording the video, I really advise uploading it immediately to Google Drive or somewhere else, because otherwise there is a teeny tiny chance, but still there is a chance of deleting a video. I've accidentally done it, and it's also really painful. It's it's at least as painful as recording your video without the audio on. So yeah, that's still one of my best advices. So yeah, I think this is it. I hope you weren't expecting something even more, because this is all I can advise. So if I when I watch my own videos, my own tutorial videos, if I remember anything that I might have missed, I may do a separate video just to fill in the gaps. But yeah, in general, I think this is it. So thanks for listening and good luck.